I only ordered for family, my mother-in-law said sweetly when my aunt asked why I had no steak or dessert. I turned to my husband. Am I family or not? He didn't look at me. Don't do this, not here, he muttered, chewing as if nothing were wrong. The table went silent, forks paused, and I said what no one expected. My name is Hannah. Ryan and I have been married for 7 years. We met through a book club. At the time, I was working full-time in accounting while he was still in grad school. He used to say, "You're incredible, you work so hard, it makes me feel lazy." I believed him. I thought it meant something. When he landed a job as a budget analyst, we moved in together, and that's when I met his parents, Vivian and Tom. She wore Chanel perfume and judgment like armor. He shook my hand as if expecting change. His sister Lindsay had never worked a day in her life, and she bragged about it. Vivian's first words to me were, "Oh, I thought you'd be taller." Tom followed with, "So, Hannah, you didn't go to college." Not couldn't, not didn't need to, just didn't. At first, Ryan defended me. "She works harder than anyone I know," he'd say, and I believed he meant it. But over the years, the snubs grew. Vivian went through my drawers under the excuse of looking for napkins, shaking her head at my savings account. Tom whispered that I wasn't good enough. Lindsay mocked my job with faux sympathy, and slowly, Ryan stopped defending me. I stayed anyway, cooked, cleaned, smiled, poured drinks. Every holiday, every birthday, every family dinner, I showed up. One Christmas, I got a re-gifted candle while everyone else opened thoughtful presents. No one noticed, not even Ryan. Last summer, when they planned a lakeside trip, Vivian told me to pack. "Family getaway," she said, but when I came back from the restroom, they were gone. Ryan later said, "Mom wanted just family," as if I wasn't his wife, as if a ring didn't make me family. And today, after I woke at dawn to cook, clean, and polish every wine glass, you bring out steak and tarts, for everyone but me, and you smile when you say it's just for family. Vivian laughed sharply. "Honestly, Hannah, you're making a scene over food." I looked her straight in the eye. "This isn't about food, it's about 7 years of being treated like an intruder in my own marriage, like a servant in your home, like I don't exist." Tom scoffed, but no one at the table dared move. "No one ever said you weren't welcome," Vivian snapped. "No," I said evenly, "you just called me uneducated, unpolished, not family material. You said it with every side eye, every backhanded compliment, every time you snooped through my things looking for proof I wasn't enough." Lindsay let out a sharp laugh. "You're being dramatic." I turned on her. "You've never worked a day in your life. Meanwhile, I've carried this marriage for nearly a year, while your brother pretends to go to work every morning. So if anyone here has the right to be dramatic, it's me." Ryan's head jerked up. "Hannah, shut up." "Or what?" I asked. "You'll ruin your spotless image. Hate to tell you, but everyone's about to learn you haven't had a job since last fall." The table froze. All eyes shifted to him. Vivian blinked. "What is she talking about?" Ryan opened his mouth, but nothing came out. I leaned in. He was fired from the clerk's office after botching the tax reviews. Hundreds of wrong invoices went out, some off by thousands. He was responsible. "He didn't tell you, because you were too busy judging my coffee." "That's not true," Ryan sputtered, but even he didn't sound convinced. I didn't let up. "Since then, I've paid for everything, rent, groceries, bills, the car," while he played job hunt on his laptop, applying to roles he wasn't even qualified for. The silence spread thick and heavy. Aunt Sharon finally asked, "Ryan, is this true?" He shot to his feet. "This is insane. She's humiliating me." "No, Ryan," I said, "you did that when you let your mother deny me a plate like I was the help." Vivian slammed down her glass. "You don't talk to my son like that. And you don't treat me like I'm disposable." I pulled a manila folder from my bag and set it in front of Ryan. He frowned. "What's this?" "Separation papers. I've already spoken to an attorney." The room went still. Even Lindsay's fork hovered in midair. "You're overreacting," Tom muttered. "Am I?" I shot back. "You think I didn't notice the size when I walked into a room? The way you looked at my hands like you were checking for dirt?" Lindsay's voice turned sharp. "You'll never fit in. You don't have class." I smiled thinly. "And yet, I'm the only one here who knows how to pay a mortgage." Vivian stood, trembling with fury. "Superior, you're a cashier's clerk." "Accounting officer," I corrected. Promoted last month to regional finance coordinator, and unlike your son, I know how to read a contract before signing. Ryan shoved the folder back. You're not doing this. Oh, I am. His voice cracked. You're ending our marriage over one lunch? I looked him dead in the eye. No, I'm ending it because you let them grind me down for 7 years until I forgot I had options. He stared like I was a stranger. Maybe I was. I turned to Aunt Sharon. Sorry you had to see this. She set her napkin down gently. Don't apologize. You've shown more grace than most would. And Vivian, her voice sharpened, you should be ashamed. You humiliated your daughter-in-law in front of everyone. She's not my daughter-in-law anymore, Vivian spat. I nodded. And you'll never have the chance again. Ryan whispered, broken, you really mean it? You're leaving me? I didn't answer. I simply stood, retrieved my purse from the kitchen hook, and came back. You'll get the official papers this week. Vivian sneered. Don't expect sympathy. Aunt Sharon rose. Actually, Vivian, you might be surprised. We're tired of the cruelty dressed up as tradition. I won't be at your Christmas brunch. Several cousins nodded. I turned toward the door. Ryan tried once more. Hannah, please, don't. I paused at the threshold. You had 7 years to treat me like family. You chose silence. And then I left. The walk to my car was the quietest 10 seconds of my life. No footsteps behind me, no shouted apologies, just the click of my heels and the August heat rising off the driveway. I didn't cry. I didn't even look back. By the time I pulled into the driveway, my driveway now, I'd already texted my lawyer to move forward. The folder was real. The conversations were real. I just hadn't expected to use them so soon, but I didn't have to wait anymore. The final straw hadn't been steak. It had been silence, Ryan's silence. That week blurred into paperwork and iced coffee. I moved into the guest room. Ryan kept circling me like we were in the middle of an argument instead of an ending. People divorce over cheating, not over lunch, he said once. You're being theatrical. But he knew, the performance was his. He stopped pretending to job hunt, stopped going out, just sat. Meanwhile, I stayed busy. I accepted the promotion, regional finance coordinator, full salary bump, remote flexibility, relocation in 3 months. I didn't tell Ryan. Why should I? The only thing I told him was the court date, September 9th. No fault on paper, but the truth lay in every receipt I had. 3 days before the hearing, Aunt Sharon called. I just wanted you to know, she said, you weren't the only one who saw it. What they did, that was a reckoning. Apparently, word had spread. Cousins confronted Vivian. Guests left early. Sharon told the rest of the family, in her plain, unshakable way, you don't starve someone and call it hospitality. The fallout came quick. Vivian and Tom were quietly uninvited from weddings. Lindsay stopped receiving invitations altogether. Reputation, it seemed, wasn't armor. As for Ryan, he unraveled. I came home one night to find him drunk on the couch. This is what you wanted, right? Burn it all down. No, I said, I just stopped pretending the ashes were flowers. On mediation day, Ryan wore a suit a size too small. I wore navy, hair pinned, binder of receipts in hand. My lawyer hardly spoke, the numbers did it all. When it was over, Ryan looked like he might finally be honest. Instead he said, I can't believe you're doing this to me. I stood. No, Ryan, I can't believe you did this to me. The divorce finalized. I didn't celebrate. I went home, ordered curry, and slept 12 hours. The silence wasn't heavy anymore. It was mine. Weeks passed. Vivian sent an email, I'm sorry if you were hurt, and we've all said things we didn't mean. I archived it. That chapter was done. I relocated 2 states away, to a bright apartment with a balcony that caught the sun. The dishwasher didn't rattle. My co-workers left welcome baskets and plants. My new manager said, we've heard nothing but great things. For the first time in years, I was recognized for who I was, not who I wasn't. One October night, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. Ryan. I just wanted to say I miss you, he said softly. I stayed quiet. I should have spoken up that day, should have stood by you. Ryan, I said, you had 7 years. I know, I was scared. Of what? Of her, of everything. Silence. Then, I was thinking of visiting, talking face to face. I looked out at the new skyline. No need, everything I needed to hear. I heard in that dining room. He exhaled, small and broken. So that's it. That's it. I hung up. For a long time, I just stood in my kitchen, no footsteps, no clipped remarks, no nails tapping on a glass, just me, the apartment, and a basil plant that needed watering. Some silences cut you open, and some finally let you heal.